Are you ready to join the celebration of a lifetime? Equip Exposition is turning 40 and they are commemorating this milestone with a bang. Get ready for the Equip Expo 40 Golden Ticket giveaway. Register for Equip by July 31st and you could be one of the lucky 40 prize winners. Now here's what's in store for you. Each winner will receive a free ticket to attend the spectacular trade show, along with a fantastic selection of one education session paid for by Equip. You'll also receive a scrumptious meal voucher to savor all the culinary delights. And as if that's not enough, they're giving you $50 to splurge on awesome Equip Exposition merchandise. Pick you up a trendy t-shirt, some fall wear, maybe a stylish zip-up. Hey, the grand prize, that's going to blow you away. One winner receives the ultimate VIP experience. You'll enjoy a luxurious 3-night stay at one of the Equip Expo's hotel room blocks, ensuring you have a comfortable and relaxing stay during the event. Plus, you'll get 2 front-row tickets to the Thursday night headliner concert with the legendary Third Eye Blind. Not to mention that the grand prize winner will receive a $400 prepaid Visa card just to help ease any travel expenses. Don't miss out on this fantastic opportunity to win big. Register for the Equip Exposition before July 31st and you'll automatically be entered into the Golden Ticket giveaway. Visit equipexposition.com or use the link that we've provided in the show description.
You're now listening to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. Straightforward, no-nonsense business advice. Completely unfiltered. Grow your business. Grow your life. Now, here's your host, Brian Fullerton.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. It is your host, Brian Fullerton, hanging with you guys, and good morning. Well, today, we have the debrief. The debrief from Together in the Trades 2023, which was over in Bozeman, Montana, Big Sky, Montana area. And we are hanging out here. What are you doing right now?
Can you just turn my headphones down?
You got to bring in the microphone a little bit there.
You're really loud in my ears.
I'm trying to bring some enthusiasm to the show. Okay, it's a difference. There's being loud and then there's being enthusiastic. Loud is when you had your radio and you hit the loud button in your stereo and it would just blow out your bass back in the day with your car, and it would just amplify the low end speakers, the mids, and it wasn't that good of a sound, But today, I'm bringing enthusiasm into the microphone. So how are you doing, by the way?
I'm good.
Okay, cool. That's it. That's it. That's so sweet.
No, I don't know how we've come off of trades a little hot.
Are you kidding me?
We went into trades a little hot.
This is the worst 2 weeks of our life.
No, don't say that.
What are you talking about?
It's been hard. It's been a little hard.
It's not. No. A normal week is hard. This has been brutal. We're doing our debrief 2 weeks later. What else do you want me to know?
Isn't even a debrief at that point.
No, at this point, it's just a promote. We're going to start talking about Trades 24 because why even debrief something that's already been gone for a month, it seems like. Folks, the amount of stories, the ridiculousness of my life the last 2 weeks, our life the last 2 weeks, it's insane. It's literally insane. I say that every time we get on a podcast. Maybe because I say it, I speak it into fruition.
Stop speaking it.
Well, you're not.
All your fault.
It's all my fault. No human being should have to go through what we did the last 12, 14 days. It's been absolutely ridiculous. It's horrendous. And it's not a woe is me.
This is a terrible podcast. You're supposed to be positive. There's that toxic positivity.
Toxic positivity. We're just trying to give everybody the sauce, and it's been a lot. Do you want to go through just where life's at right now? I don't know how long we're gonna have because Emmy's taking a nap. Crew's literally feeding on you right now.
He's nursing. Don't call it feeding. So it's like he's a vampire or something.
He's chest feeding. He's a chest.
Don't
even go there right now.
I don't need to be in a bad mood. Please.
So we have some life updates, some things we want to share with you guys, talk to you guys about. We'll probably get a little bit of house debrief, the barn updates, Together in the Trades. We'll talk about Delta's customer service again. I'm going to get into it. It's insane. Okay, first off, let's take it from the top because you haven't been on the show for probably a month.
Has it really been that long? There's been so many things happening.
Well, it's been 2 weeks since Trades.
Yeah.
So, I don't think you were on about a week or two before that at least. And I was trying to get you on every like 2 weeks or so to let you know that everybody know that we're still in love and we're married and happy. If we do Together in the Trades and you go dark for a month on the podcast.
It's not good.
And then we've been sick the last 6 or 7 days with a family cold, family flu thing going through. Dude, it's just real life.
Yeah. So before trades happened, we had a bunch of stuff with land. Do you want to talk about any of that or no?
Okay.
You pick
Yeah.
up the thing tomorrow.
Oh, with the camper?
Mm-hmm.
So we may or may not be traveling hobos. No shade to anybody who's already a traveling
I know we've
hobo.
been mentioning that we're moving, but we're joining the circus and living in an RV. We're laughing because, like, I don't know if we're at like chaos capacity, and this sounded like a really good idea like about 2 months ago, and it sounds horrible now.
It does? We don't have to buy it. I mean, we already wired in the money.
It's ours. You just need to go get it.
I have to go get my camper. It's not if we're going to be camping people. We own a camper. I just don't have it yet. Getting it tomorrow.
So we're moving into an RV in 60 days. So before that, we were trying to figure out.
We don't do enough.
Obviously, we're trying to live on the property. I think everybody has probably speculated that, yeah.
Well, yeah, like, don't you know?
That was one thing I realized at trades. I was surrounded. There's a lot of like Southern people and then people without accents. Mm-hmm. And I sounded very Midwestern to myself. I could like very hear my Midwestern.
Yeah, but I to be fair, like whatever the Montana boots on the ground people sound like, that's what they sound like Montana people. You know, they're very.
Yeah, there weren't any of those people there though for the conference.
All the bellhops guys were.
Yeah, they didn't sound any different to me though.
Everybody else was from Minneapolis, which more on that later. That's what the whole church. Oh no, I'm sorry. They were from Chicagoland. The whole church group.
I don't want to talk about.
Yeah, we're gonna get into it today, folks. Strap in. Because if you did not want to know
5 minutes into the podcast,
all the sensational drama that is our life,
there's so much drama.
We've got a lot to get into it today. And it's not like not like bad drama. It's just wild life stuff. We have weird crap stuff. You guys have weird crap stuff, but for some reason we always get more weird crap stuff than most people I know. And so going up to Together in the Trades, I actually had a really dissatisfied conversation with my property, my neighbors on my property.
Long story short, our neighbors hate us.
Pretty sure the neighbors hate us, which is fair.
Fine.
That's fair now because now it's mutual assured destruction. Short story long, we were slated to put in a Morton's pole barn building. We're super excited about it. All systems go. 42 deep, 52 wide, 18 high, center peak, 26 feet, maybe whatever it is. Building a loft in the left third of it. So it would have a center bay, a right bay, and then the left third bay, if there was a bay, would be a covered porch with a loft. You know, downstairs kind of cave, tool chest area, tool working out area, and upstairs was like a loft, a mezzanine where we'd have a workout area. Well, that's not going to happen because, long story short,
it's going to happen. It's just different.
So when I said I was really disgruntled about a month ago on the podcast, that's because July 1st we were slated to put in our barn and to get that rock and rolling.
I think it was actually supposed to start on like the 26th of June is when they were
26th or 27th.
Yeah.
We actually asked them to pull it forward a month.
Yeah.
And they were ready to go. And then what happened was, not to get into it too much, but we designed the barn too high. So, and there's a whole like, hey, maybe the pole barn builder should have told us scope of what we could build within, you know, so there's some element of that with Morton's. By the way, the Morton's team has been great. I actually know the Morton's team. I've talked to the Morton's team way before we were building a barn with them. They've been great. The local rep that we've known, Travis, for 3 years now, he's been helping us through this whole process. Very patient guy, very nice guy. Everybody's been great. Well, that's great until you find out your township's ordinances and your neighbors aren't great. And so long story short, the barn we built was too high. We needed an
2 feet.
Basically, we needed 2 feet variance. So my mid peak, they call it the mean height, is 18 feet. Ours was like 21, right? So this is what they go. It's like a 412 roof. So our mean height, the average, the center of the roof, not the peak, the center of the roof, needed to be 18 feet. So ours was like 21 feet. So we needed a 2 foot variance. So anyway, was going to do this whole like zoning variance, you know, ask for
Well, so you can go to your city council meeting and request a variance, which means like an outside of like the parameter kind of like a, I don't have words anymore. like a yes, you can do it kind of. and they give them, but 2 feet, I guess, is a lot to ask. And also all of our neighbors were going to be getting letters saying that this is what we were going to be asking for. And they could come and like voice their opinion on it, but supposedly it wouldn't sway the board's decision. But like,
we all know how that goes.
Yeah. And so we were preparing to go and ask our neighbors before they get this random letter and just let them know, hey, this is what we're doing. You might get a letter, kind of a thing, as like a preemptive. We've honestly been trying to be super nice with our neighbors. Talking about like, hey, we're thinking about these trees on the property line. Like, we don't have to consult them about anything, but it's the neighborly thing to do, right?
You would think.
So they don't like us.
So long story short, I'm out there mowing. My silt fence goes up in between one of my neighbors and my property. Obviously the silt fence. And I don't get any say where the silt fence goes in. That's just per the zoning and the site.
It has to do with like how much has to be contained within the construction site, essentially.
Yeah, our GC like hires out, a site management person and surveyors, and they put the silt fence down. That's per spec, per code. You don't get any saying on that. Well, block some trees in between the trees and the silt fence with some grass. Our neighbors couldn't get in between there with their tractor, so the grass grew tall. Lady came out, hey, can you mow that down? Actually didn't ask me, she told me. And I said, well, I usually come from the area of asking, not telling. And I hope they listen to this podcast because the guy does listen to our show. And I'm not happy with him. Absolutely not happy with his wife. They're not friends. They're not neighborly people. They're mean people. They're bitter people. And they're not friends. They're never going to be friends. And it's really sad to say that because they just burned a bridge, which I feel like we'd be a good asset and a good people to know. And unfortunately, we already burned bridges with one of our neighbors. And I've talked to this for a couple dozen friends and people and, just friends and stuff. And they're like, dude, there's always that one neighbor. There's always those one people.
I was so excited because we didn't have that one neighbor. And a lot of our neighbors around us are older. Mm-hmm. And so we were kind of excited. Our kids don't have like a grandpa. We were really lucky that we have 2 awesome grandmas for them, obviously.
Yeah.
But I was like, cool, like more like elderly around us. Like, I think that's so cool. I thought I was looking forward to having
you would think.
Our neighbors, You
would think.
And I have never met this particular neighbor in person. It's been harder for me to get to the property, obviously, with 2 kids as regularly as I would like to be. But
Sure.
Anyways, so Brian was like, well, I'm going to do this. And for you, like, cool, like, whatever, I'll trim down the tall grass, knowing that he was about to go and, like, knock on their door and be like, hey.
Well, I said, hey, well, later I got to catch up with you guys about the barn we plan to build. And to just hit fast forward, I was like, hey, we're going to do this. And basically found out that who was the anonymous complainers of our property.
Because we had gotten, I don't even think we've shared this, that we had to dump dirt on the property to level out some of the things that we're doing.
For the barn and the backyard.
And all of a sudden, our builder is getting calls from the city saying that we were dumping like bad dirt, essentially, onto the property because there was concerns from the neighbors that the runoff was going to affect their well and we're poisoning the land.
And the aquifer.
Luckily, our builder obviously isn't stupid. He's like one of the best builders in the area, has won multiple awards in our area. And we're
not just saying that. Like, he is the guy.
He's really great. And he's a good person, so he wouldn't do this anyway. Like, so he had already had the soil tested. Like, he had already done all of these things. And was able to present the paperwork and like all of the test results and the permitting and everything back, and was like, no, I don't know, what's going on. But
at my cost for more soil testing, my cost for time and phone calls, my cost for city inspector showing up, and my superintendent having to be on the site, and then me having to go check out the site because we moved enough earth to change the gravitational angle of the earth. That's how much dirt I put in my backyard, and you don't do that without filing paperwork.
Sure. Yeah, you wouldn't. That's just so irresponsible. Anyways.
Just a quick note for any of you guys that are thinking about building land. Troy Clogg actually said it on his salt bin video that we did in the winter. Mm-hmm. He's like, hey, if you buy a property, man, today's world, you better make sure that you got
all of your T's crossed.
Man, because they made him like redo a whole side of his building with a pond and all this like extra grass and gravel and dude, probably $200,000 of land development for this building. And he's like, that wasn't part of anything. He goes, but the city made him do it because he had to update it, and so if you guys get land, make sure that you can put let alone a house there, but a barn there.
Yeah.
It's got a perk. It's got all these different things.
It's worth the calls to your city office. We talked to the
everybody.
Literally everybody.
I know everybody.
Getting straight answers too is so difficult sometimes, but so anyways.
This was the week leading up to Together in the Trades, 2 weeks before Together in the Trades. So we're already tired, stressed out, very mad. What we actually decided was even to back up even more, we're going to build the barn, buy a camper, live in the camper inside the barn, watch the house get built for the next 10 months. Like any person would probably want to do. We're financing the camper. We might sell it off when we're done. We don't know. I've always wanted to be a camping family. There's a lot of great places to camp in the Midwest, especially in Michigan. So I said, hey, this could be like maybe pulling that dream forward 5 or 6 years, and we could do the camping thing. We would really, really like to do that. That's why I bought the newer truck that I do have that's capable of pulling this Alliance Avenue fifth wheel. So short story long, I talked to the neighbor for 30 minutes. They poo-poo on it. They
straight up told Brian that they didn't want the building there, period.
Yeah. We don't want the barn there. We don't like your construction site. We don't like you. We don't
like the construction team we have.
Yeah. They said, they built our house in 4 weeks, working 6 days a week. Your team works 3 days a week and it's taking them 7 weeks. I know work ethic is a little bit different these days. Or I know your house is a little bit bigger, but if that's the work ethic these days, then, I guess it is what it is. And I'm like, actually, this is like the best carpentry crew in Southeast Michigan. Like you literally have no idea what you're talking about. So do like mean comment, dig from these people. And I'm like, just real life stuff, folks. Like you guys listening in, like sometimes all your master plans, like you don't factor in stupid people or stupid neighbors.
I was so sad because we didn't plan on talking to the neighbors that exact day that you went, because I had I'm a Pinterest girl. I love my Pinterest. And so I'd gotten this idea of putting together like little gift baskets. Not like a huge thing, but it was just a thing with like popcorn and like some popcorn seasoning. And it says just popping by to say hi, to not meet the neighbors, because you've met all of them, but I wanted to meet everybody too. And then just, printing out what we were doing, pictures of, the plan for the site essentially for everybody, which we don't have to do.
Sure.
And I was all excited because I'm like, we're going to get to know the neighbors. And this happened. And I'm like, well, I'm not even going to freaking bother at this point.
No, I mean, and then you don't even know that they're all chit-chatting and talking because they're all little BFFs.
Yeah.
So we got 2 anonymous complaints to the city too, not 1, 2, about the dirt we were moving in. They don't like the barns going there. So obviously if I'm trying to collect those 4 or 5 signatures,
There's no point.
Yeah, how it works is $1,000 for a zoning thing. There's no even guarantee that you get your variance.
And we'd have to wait a whole month. So it would delay the whole project by another month. I mean, we couldn't.
Our hearing wouldn't have been till end of July, like 27th or something like that, which is all fine. That process is understandable, frustrating, and stupid.
But it is what it is. So we wouldn't even if we took it till the end of July, there's no guarantee that the crew could move, as soon as we got the okay. And,
right.
If we did end up having to redo things, which we did, it would have taken a couple weeks to get that going. So it would have delayed the process by, I think, probably over a month, probably a good 6 weeks.
It already has.
It already has at this point.
Well, so knowing that we weren't going to spend $1,000, because it's not endless money story here. Also knowing that I'm probably not going to get 5 signatures out of my neighbors, 2 of them which are complaining. So I'm already out. One neighbor doesn't even live there who sold us the land, so he's indifferent. He'll probably vote no just to not disturb the peace with the other 2 neighbors that have been his neighbors for 30 years, which is fine. I'm like, oh yeah, that's not going to work. So let's redesign the whole barn. Now,
we had already had an architect working on the loft,
$1,500.
That had to get sent out to an engineer because of the type of
it's under load.
Yep.
Because we're going to put stuff upstairs.
Yeah.
$1,500.
So another $1,500, and then the whole Morton's team obviously designed the whole building, so we had to do a complete change order. Like it's just
$2,500.
As you can imagine, like we're talking about like $1,500, $2,500 doesn't sound like a lot, and in the grand scheme of things, I know it isn't, but it's also the time it's taking.
This is such a cluster of 20 to 30 hours
because
of problems.
We had told our lease is up in July.
We canceled our lease.
But
we didn't renew.
We didn't renew. And then we extended 1 month. So it would take us to the end of August.
Right.
And then we were like, holy crap, this isn't even going to be started until
first week of August.
Yeah, at best. So
we're homeless.
We're homeless with 2 kids. One of them is, 3 months old. I'm like, what are we doing? So like you take like.
We laugh right now, but folks, this was like a very intense last 6 weeks.
So then Brian, being Brian, which I'm appreciative of, gets on the phone with the city, the health department, and
county level. Yeah,
county level, commercial building level. Like, I mean,
everybody. Every
person you could talk to about us. Okay, if they're going to fight us on everything, we're obviously getting complaints and everything. Let's make sure, we can live on the land with the RV. Let's make, let's really make sure everything's done properly. And long story short, we now have basically permission from the health department. We have to get some paperwork signed off on. Yep. And then we should be good to go. So if and when they do make a complaint,
if they listen to this episode,
everything.
Yeah. get $100,000 a month on your podcast, and your bitter neighbor who hates you watches every video that you do and listens to every podcast that you do. So one of my neighbors texted me the other day, like, hey, do you want to clean this up on so-and-so's property? That's like the neighborly thing to do. It'd be really nice to do. I said, actually, that's not a nice neighbor. I said, don't text me about him ever again. And it's just ridiculous, dude. The stuff that we're going through. Like, wouldn't you be excited about a young 30-year-old couple, little two babies and a little dog, trying to like come over, know a good landscaper? Hey, it's always a good guy to mow your lawn if you're out of town, or plow your driveway if you're out of town. Nope. Apparently that's not how it works.
And I know I'm biased, but like, I think what we're building, we built it to fit the area. It's not like we're building like some
castle
wackadoodle thing that doesn't belong on the property. Like we wanted it to make sure that it looks like it was supposed to always be there.
Yeah.
You know, like we didn't want to do something that didn't make sense, like build this like Mediterranean house in a cold climate, or, you know, like you do these funky things sometimes and whatever. But what we're building, I don't think is anything outlandish or weird, or and all of our plans, especially since they watch the videos, they see it all. So it's not like they don't know what we're doing.
The only takeaway is jealousy. Because I'm just a pragmatic person.
It's just so sad. So we had this going on right before trades.
Like all this blew up the 10 days, like the 2 weeks, 3 weeks before trades really got hot and heavy like the week before trades. And I'm like,
all of a sudden we didn't have a place to live. Like it was just a lot. And we're trying to like write our speech, and we joked, but like we can only get through like the first third
of it
of our speech, because every time we got into the second, you know, whatever, one of the kids like needed something.
Either a phone call would come in, or the baby would cry, or Emmy would wake up from a nap. So like the first third of our speech for the other trades was guaranteed to be awesome.
Yeah.
We don't know what we said the last 2 thirds.
I actually, honestly, all things said and done, this was our best trades, you guys. Like
we were so fired up.
We were so psyched. We were so psyched, and then we tried to go home.
Oh, okay. Let's do this really quick. There's gonna be like 5 topics here. One, that's the pole barn fiasco. Yeah. By the way, we redesigned the pole barn, 40 by 60, 10-foot lean-to. I got the mezzanine totally rotated 90 degrees with the barn. That's in the back third or the back fifth of the property, inside of the barn. Change orders, money just going out the door. $5,000 of problems. Just, dude, it's so freaking stupid. The goal was to like make $5,000 in a month. And now I got problems that are $5,000. And I'm just like, my gosh, life just gets bigger. And dude, we're nobodies. And I'm like, and then I said, dude, you know, imagine if Jeff Bezos is trying to pull permits for a $100 million Amazon facility. I'm sure they get problems like that too. It's all relative, right? But if you're trying to make progress, like, dude, you got to have a war chest. This is where we actually got on this conversation of a war chest. Like, thank God we have time and money to throw at things. And then you go, ooh, war chest. You go, I think I've heard that word before. What does that word mean? And we start talking about relational equity and having money in the bank. And, you know, we needed to gob more down now for the barn and potentially put some money towards the camper. We're just put an order in for another F-350 for a work truck. Like, things are growing. We're trying to grow. Like, everybody else is growing around us. If I start talking about growth, then it's like, oh, mommy and daddy's money, or all those YouTube millions. And I'm like, or we're actually trying to grow our companies too, just like you guys are, lawn and the social media thing. Like we're no different than everybody else. And it was such a frustrating experience with the pole barn that I just like, dude, thank God we have so much in our war chest, like financially and in this regard, to be able to make these modifications and changes. Because otherwise, like that could instantly cut the knees out from somebody. And for somebody to be so bitter, so spiteful, to just say, no, I don't like it. And I'm like, hey, lady, there's already the site plan.
There was already a building
approved.
Going to go there. It was just whether or not it would be a couple feet taller. And she just wanted to be able to veto it
on
completely.
Our property, which I said on a whole nother YouTube video, maybe I said, now I know why people buy 1,000 acres out in Oklahoma or Montana. And
I see, like the whole sad thing is like when we were talking about getting property is you wanted land that was flat, no trees to mow and like make look pretty. And, you know, we had like all these specifications, and we could have went and got, you know,
a crummier lot,
not even a crummier lot, but like more acreage. And, you could still, you know, have part of it be like this grassy knoll area and whatever else. But I wanted neighbors. I didn't want to be so far in the country where I'm like
2 miles from your neighbor.
Yeah. Like I wanted that feeling of community. I wanted that feeling of like my kids knowing that, oh, Miss Jenny, you know, is next door and I can run to her if there's ever a house fire, God forbid, or something, you know, like you think of these things.
Or if the zombies come.
Yeah. We all like bunker down together. You know?
They're not part of the clan.
No.
They're not part of the zombie clan.
They're what's for dinner.
Yep. Sorry, it's just how it works. You're the first to go. Don't make enemies with your neighbors, and especially neighbors with means, and vice versa. Like, you always want to be nice to people. You don't want to make enemies. We're the easiest freaking human beings to get along with. We really are. We're that passive. We're like, whatever you guys want to do, we're cool with. Like, we're those kind of people. Like, the builder's like, what do you guys want to do this and this? We're like, whatever. We're just pretty chill. He's like, because you guys also know exactly what you want, but you guys are also the chillest people we've ever met. And I'm like, yeah, we're
just grateful to be here.
We're just grateful to be here, bro. Like we're sincerely humble and grateful.
But enough about that. Let's move on.
Well, then we go to Together in the Trades. Absolute banger time. Great time to hang out with everybody. Such a recharge event. If you guys haven't heard about it before, I don't know how. It's our marriage conference. We co-hosted with the Almonds. We've had a lot of great people involved with it. The Jennings recently, last year or two, have really been a great addition to that. Great guest speakers that we bring in. It's such a great time to focus on your marriage and relationship, because the first 8, 10, 12 weeks of the season just suck it out of you.
So crazy. We're in it. Trust me.
I mean, it just doesn't seem like Jeremiah said on his show. He goes, I just don't feel like spring rush has ended. It hasn't.
I was thinking about that earlier today. I was like, I keep saying like, oh, it'll start to get easier after this event. It'll start get easier in, like the next week or two when things slow down. Things haven't slowed down, and it's August basically.
I don't see them slowing down either, because the next 60 days we've got a salt course we're building. My next book that's coming out in the fall. We've got I'm going to tell them about the boot camp thing that we're doing. We've got the thing launching at November for LAL. Mm-hmm. We've got the camper, the barn, the house.
Speaking of LAL, we are out in the freaking mountains launching. We've never done a ticket launch for LAL, not while we're
at home monitoring
in
command center.
Yeah, where we have like reliable internet and like cell phone service.
Yeah.
And so we're in the mountains. Brian went to go pick up Bethany, who we've never met in real life as like
our social media
employee,
executive assistant.
And he picks her up from the airport and he's like, hang on, I got to pull over here and do some work. I got to hotspot my phone on the computer because we got to launch LAL tickets. She was thrown into the fire. Thank you, Bethany.
Bethany's awesome. She listens to all the shows. She's been with us for almost 6 months now, 5 months, 4 months. But
so she already felt like part of the family, but I'm like, the first time we're actually meeting her is like,
we're launching tickets.
Team,
Well, she knew the launch date. We all knew the launch date. A lot of hype 2 weeks ago.
It was just a lot to be thrown into.
But I was like, hey, like her flight got in at like at 12:30. We were launching tickets at 3 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Mountain Time. Yeah. So 20 minutes, I pick her up in the rental car, and we got an hour ride up to Big Sky.
Big Sky.
And I was like, hey, and she knew this, but I'm like, you ready to open up your laptop? Because we're working for 30 minutes. She goes, let's do it. So we're looking.
So awesome. It's so hard to find like
she gets it
like that.
If you guys have been blessed with the newsletters, the Instagram Fullerton Unfiltered or Launchpreneur Academy, that's all Bethany. She's been absolutely crushing it, and she has so many great ideas to help you guys grow. Her husband Adam is a lawn landscaper. You guys have heard Adam on the show. So like she's like bringing so much fresh ideas and content to our platform to help you guys grow, stuff that I would never think about. So we cannot wait. Like the next quarter is going to be
There's some really exciting things coming out. We couldn't do it without her. There's no freaking way.
We couldn't do it without her, and the value add is going to add you guys. It's second to none. I cannot wait. Stuff we've wanted to execute on for years. We just don't have the manpower. And she's taken all that on as an undertaking. So if you guys ever see Bethany at an event or a conference or those emails, say, hey, thanks, Bethany.
She'll be at Equip in LAL. So
yes,
if you're coming to either of those, you'll have the chance to meet her.
She's our mastermind behind the mastermind, right?
So those two are like, I don't know, somewhere on the side of the highway or something. I don't even know. And I'm back at base at Big Sky with 2 kids. I'm like trying to figure this out. We launched the chat feature in the Facebook group. I'm answering comments while also like trying to figure out what's going on at the hotel, because the hotel sold out within 24 hours.
Yeah, literally.
Which is crazy.
One of the master classes sold out in 24 hours.
Yeah.
Jeff's has like 1 or 2 tickets left.
Yeah. So we did that during LAL too. And then we're like, hey, we should probably finish writing our speech.
Yeah, our speech was like 70% done. We knew the thoughts, the topics. We were just making the canvas slide deck.
We like to do an outline and then fill.
Yeah.
Together.
But we launched Launchpreneur Academy live tickets, which I need to do a whole nother just long podcast on it because I'm that excited for it. Like, not only am I excited about the speakers, the sponsors, but I'm excited about the fact that there's 30+% more tickets sold already to date.
What's crazy is you guys made this the biggest launch we've ever had.
I think we sold
anything we've ever launched before.
75 tickets the first day. And this is a big deal. This is the biggest deal thing that I do for the year, period. Not Equip, not anything, not a live stream, not a podcast, nothing.
Like this is our Super Bowl.
This is our Super Bowl. I live for the live event because major decisions are made at major conferences. And for you guys that want to get around the environment, You will make different decisions with your life, your future, your family, your business. And when you're in the environment, it's not just a conference and it's an experience. We have designed it. It's like a Tony Robbins conference for lawn care, okay? It's freaking awesome. And for us to sell 75 tickets our first day makes me so enthusiastic. Like I can't even, because that's 75 people that we have a chance of changing their life, like nobody's business. Mm-hmm. Sam Gimbel, Leroy Maines, Kaylin Brittany Allman, Kalfas, Weston Zimmerman, Jeff Joyner, so many great speakers coming in. Brandon Bull, Postcard Mania, Cycle CPA. Like, these are our fam.
The breakout sessions with Corey Ballard, that's already sold out, so I'm not even being salesy here, but like, I can't wait.
Sold out in 3 hours.
Last year, watching the guys walk out, because we did the ladies thing, which we are doing again this year, the ladies breakfast.
Yeah, on Sunday.
The guys came out so freaking hype. I've never seen people so excited about life. Like, thickest. It was so cool. And I can't wait for this year because now there's 2.
Yeah. Jeff Joyner's has like 17 or 18 tickets sold. So go to launchprenneuracademy.com/store. If you didn't get your ticket for LAL, which you need a ticket for both sessions, but if you want to get the last ticket or 2 for Jeff's, check it out. If it's gone, it's gone. Apologies. But 136, 7-ish, maybe 40-ish tickets now sold for LAL. Mm-hmm. Like, guys, help us get to 350, 400 people. It's where they kicked us to a bigger room again. We didn't ask for that, but this room could seat 500 if we wanted to. We're not going to fill that up. We should if we could. I mean, bring a buddy. I'm telling you guys, bring a lawn bro. If you've been thinking about it, you've been hearing about it. It's not for the other guy. It's for you. It's for you in Connecticut. It's for you in Virginia. It's for you in Texas. It's for you in Oklahoma. You in Chicago. Like, bro, go on a step of faith. Go to the website. Go check it out. You've been saying for years you want to go. You've been saying for years I'm going to make it. You've been hearing it for years. You're not going to go and feel worse about yourself. I will assure you that. Like, and there's other conferences going on, and that's fine and that's cool, but I will tell you, tit for tat, you're not going to get the same bang for your buck for your dollar bill at LAL. And I'm telling you, it's a requirement. It's a must. It's a thing for people who want to grow. The ones that are growing are going to things. I'm just telling you. And so I cannot wait to see you guys there. We're going to be sharing and speaking at it. I've got a talk that I've been working on for 5 years in my brain that I'm going to be attacking the audience with.
This is our 5th year doing it, which is so crazy to me. I can't believe we've had the opportunity to do this 5 times now. I
have a topic this year, like I'm pumped. Like, it wouldn't even, I can't even communicate just yet. Like, I've been working on this thought for 6.5 years of content.
I'm excited.
Yeah, it's going to be so crazy. You're going to be there, obviously. The ladies are going to be there. More wives than ever are coming.
That's what's cool to me is like, I probably contribute part of it to trades, but like the ladies are getting so much more involved and like showing up.
Yeah.
It's completely different. Like, and I understand with kids and stuff, it's wild. If you do have littles, we say under 2, they're welcome to come with you. If we just ask if they're crying or whatever else to leave the room. I'm actually going to look into having a cry room available.
Yeah, we're going to get that with a TV. We do need to follow up with that with Heather.
And I'll see if I hope I can swing it because I can honestly use it too. If you guys saw pictures come out from trades, I literally was wearing crew on stage.
Yeah.
Because mom life doesn't stop.
No, but like Cornell Mack and I'm not sure if he's bringing Cassandra, but we'd love to have her. Like all the ladies are coming. Like they all came to trades. It was awesome.
It was so cool.
Yeah, Brett and Chase Eichenberry. They were over there at trades. Like the wives are coming to all this stuff. Guys, bring your girlfriend, bring your wife, bring your spouse. Of course, Erica Poopin Scoopin. She always brings her husband. It's awesome.
I have such a Erica Poopin Scoopin. It takes me like very much mental effort to like say that properly. Something wrong with
poopin' scoopin'.
Croupin, poopin' scoopin'.
We saw her car the other day.
I started to look like a slur. Like
remember,
I sound like
we saw her car.
We did,
like a
and
month
we tried
ago.
to take a picture of it. We were headed to Mann's Lumber.
That's where it was, over in the Canton area.
Yeah, and we tried to take a picture. She's got the like best wrap I've ever seen. Like the branding is so
pink and white.
Yeah,
we saw her Focus. I think it's a Focus or not a Focus.
No, it's not a Focus.
I don't know, Corolla,
anyway,
whatever it was.
No.
But I don't even know if she's got multiple cars or just that car. But
we're like, hey, it's Erica.
I tried to grab my phone. I was like, because we saw her little yard signs, and I was like, dude, we're in Erica's like backyard, and literally like 2 seconds later, her car drives by, and I'm like, she exists. She's a real person too, and she's got a great thing going on with social media and helping the scooping industry.
So we launched LAL. So that was
at trades,
which is interesting. Like I said, internet or phone, because we're trying to contact each other. Yeah. And you guys just weren't answering because you had no cell phone reception.
Let's do this real quick. Well, this is a good checkpoint. Let's break it up. Let's, because Mr. Producer always kills us because we never add space for ads. We just go. But we're so excited about sharing our life with you guys. Like it's just a wild adventure right now. But let's do this real quick. Let's take a quick sip of water. You got your canister here. Why is this here, Liz?
My gallon of water.
Why is this here, though?
Don't wake the baby.
No, don't wake the baby. Why is it here?
Because I have a death wish, I guess.
Because we're doing 75 hard. We'll get in. Why not? Why not add that to everything we're doing? So we're going to hear from today's show sponsors.
Make the decision and make it right.
You are the single problem here. You are totally doing all of this. My life was so small before I met you.
It's so big now. Isn't it awesome?
Oh my God. It's ridiculous. It's like, you're like that Star Destroyer in the outer space, and you have like your fleet of ships.
Is that a fat joke?
Oh my God. No, Jabba. Listen, okay. We're going to hear from today's show sponsors, and we're going to come right on back.
When it comes to running a lawn and landscape business, there's always something to worry about. Are my drivers and crews doing their job? Are my clients happy? Are my trucks and machines safe? How can I make more money? Where can I save some money? With GPS Track It, you don't have to worry about it, because our software gives you a level of clarity and control over your business that you've never had. From real-time vehicle and asset tracking and optimized routing to efficiency reports and more, reach your fullest business potential. Call 866-845-1410 or visit gpstrackit.com/BrianLM to get started. That phone number and special link are in the show description. GPS Track It. Ballard Innovative Products is a full line of gear for the lawn and landscape professional, weekend warrior, or home and garden enthusiast. From mower gear, safety gear, trailer racks, equipment securement, equipment servicing tools, chute blockers, snow removal tools, and much more to make you efficient, effective, safe, and profitable in the field. Be sure to check out the Ballard-Inc.com website to help dominate and elevate your business this season. With over 23 years selling accessories and 30 years in the business, we're sure we've got something you can't live without. And new to 2023, we have the Hybrid Gold Blades. These are the most versatile, longest-lasting blades on the market. Check Ballard-Inc.com often, as there's new gear being added all the time. Don't forget to use Brian's 10 to save 10%. Stay safe and keep grinding. Ballard.
All right, guys, and we're back. It's Liz and I with Jabba the Hutt.
Shut up. Isn't that the Wookiee guy?
That's the Chewie guy.
Whatever.
Jabba. Okay, so we're doing 75 hard. You call I've never called you fat like that. The other day, though, you were doing yoga.
Oh my God. I was doing yoga and Brian comes
Struggling.
over with a cup of water and puts it on, like splashes it on me. Throw her back in. Oh my God. Didn't we just come off of a marriage conference? What is wrong with you?
I got that out of Jeremiah's talk.
You're lucky you have a good self-image.
Yeah, and you have done more mean things like that to me than God could ever witness, okay?
Okay, so let's not get ahead of ourselves and then to the 75 hard thing. Let's talk about getting home
there's more.
from trades.
Okay, first off, let's do a 3-minute recap on trades. It's worth
this
it.
is what this episode is.
No, because like Jeremiah and Savannah did it, and that's like that's all
apparently
you need.
if Jermainer
and them do it,
we have to do it too.
No. Everybody does a recap after they go to something, and it's like it's fine, it's cool, and it is nice to hear everybody's takeaways. I mean, Savannah and Jeremiah, their speech was great. It was about roles, all that stuff, but really it was cool seeing them grow in their roles together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the content was good.
You know when you look at somebody and you're like, yeah, you can tell they've done the work.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
That's them.
Like they're coming together as a unified couple with their businesses and her career and working efficiently and more effectively together. They're an effective team.
They are an effective team.
So like their content's great, their talk was great, but it's like awesome getting around them. Mm-hmm. They're figuring it out. They're a younger us, we always say. And it's cool to see them at 22, 23, 24 years old.
They're so much farther ahead than we were at their age. It's insane.
But that's who you have access to. And people are like, oh, he's got a podcast or he's got a lawn care company only doing 200, 400, 500 grand, whatever. Doesn't matter. Everybody's got a thing. Oh, they're only doing X. He only's got 3 trucks. Or he's only got 4 guys.
Funny because
who cares?
No. Because it transitions very quickly from, he only has, 4 trucks, 4 crews going to, he only makes, $3 million in business because daddy's money. Like there's no in between.
There's never an in between with all this stuff.
Either you're not successful enough or you're too successful.
Exactly. I saw that on a reel the other day. It's like, one guy called me a Nepo baby, me interviewing another guy who was in Tom Maggs. He goes, a Nepo baby interviewing another Nepo baby. Like a nepotism family business, like daddy's money. And I go,
So you know your dad's dead. Fucked up.
Yeah, for 30 years.
I'm not laughing.
No, but for 25, I'm like, what Nepo baby could I ever possibly be? I wish anybody would give me money. I wish.
That's
still.
really funny.
If you're listening to the show and you're wealthy and you want to find a place to dump $100,000 because you're trying to get through your 1.1 million of lifetime contributions, holler at your boy. We will take your money tomorrow and I will go build a hardscape patio in my backyard and put a little in loving memory of John Smith in my backyard. And we will honor you forever.
Ever.
Forever. Okay. I missed 2005 Kanye. 2006 Kanye. Broke.
I
We
say
ain't got
it
it. Broke.
because Girl Talk did a mashup of stuff, and the music cuts out and it goes forever.
Yeah, 2006 late registration Kanye is unbeatable. Okay. Let's go full. So
podcast is probably the most
Savannah and Jeremiah did a great job.
Yes.
Everybody likes hearing themselves talked about. So I just want to say, great job.
I loved the almonds talk because their whole premise.
Who?
For the almonds.
Who?
Almond.
He does that to Jeremiah.
Oh.
You don't listen to the show, so you wouldn't know.
Sorry.
But anyway, Kayla and Brittany were great.
Yeah, because their whole premise was talking
Caleb
about
cried the whole time.
What do you want Christmas Day to look like in 60 some years?
Yeah. Well, 30 years.
30 years. I don't know.
Yeah. When you're 65.
And are your kids there? How's your business doing? Is it still around? Cool. Is your wife still around?
Yeah.
It was so good. It made me cry a couple times. I'm getting goosebumps talking about it.
Yeah.
And then we had Brad and Tammy who
well, hold on. Caleb cried the whole time talking about kids.
Caleb cried a lot.
Caleb's a softie, man. You'd be surprised. He's got a soul. He's got a heart.
Be surprised.
Yeah. Because he's just like
he's a nice guy.
he's my libertarian, so he's very unemotionally attached to a lot of different things.
But his children, I mean,
well, no, that's the point. You can tell that's his hot button, and it should be, and it is for everybody. Yeah. But especially for Caleb, because he sacrificed so much, he has sacrificed so much, he's continuing to sacrifice so much to give the kids the opportunities and the dream and the life.
It's so fun watching their kids. Brittany yesterday posted it on Instagram stories.
The dirt bikes.
Yeah, the boys on the dirt bikes. And I thought it was so cool that they had them earn half of what they cost and then had to have some left over in the bank before making that purchase. And just watching them together and brothers growing up together. I have a little brother, so I only got to see one of them, but seeing two together, I'm that's so cute, you know?
Yep.
Anyways. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, it was cool hearing them talk with that. And again, getting around great people that are not only talking about it, but doing it, right. And that was
you can see them living it out.
Totally. And that's the point of the conference is nobody is coming top down saying, hey, we got it all figured out. I've said it on about every conference we do.
Except for Jeff and Kathy and tandem marriage because they've been married for
32 and 38. Yeah.
So as long as I've been alive or longer, I'm 33.
Yeah. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
We're 9 years into this thing. Imagine being 5 times.
I could be Jeff and Kathy's kid. If they...
Close
to...
I think their oldest are 23 or 24, 22.
Yeah, because they waited a while after getting married. But say they didn't wait for marriage, then I could be their kid.
Okay, good to know. Now, the more you know. So Jeff and Kathy came in, shared, and again, if you came, you were blessed. And Brad and Tammy, we're not going to sell I stopped selling everybody coming to the conferences. I'm not dude, this I used to spend till I was blue in the face convincing people to come to things, and I'm just look, dude, if you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. If you don't want to commit to it, you don't have time or the money or the energy, the resources, bro, that's fine. We love you. Thanks for supporting where you can, downloading, liking, subscribing, leaving a 5-star rating, whatever. Bro, that's awesome. Thank you for that partnership. But if you want to get involved, if you want to get invested, if you want to grow community and get entangled in other people's lives in a good way that will hold you accountable and help you grow and win together, that's also available. We got the full gamut here. And it's crazy to see the couples that are growing so much these last couple of years. It's why are you doing that right now? The work.
Sometimes I just...
What are you doing right now? What are you doing?
I don't know.
See, you can't... they say the average person, it takes them 11 minutes to focus, and they get distracted every 8 minutes. What do you think that works like for you? You're about a 45-seconder.
I got nothing, Brian. I was just looking at your nose.
You should explain yourself right now.
I don't know how to explain it. So I was trying not to say anything.
Back in our old apartment, we were so broke, we would watch Vine. And on Vine one night, there was a person that drew in pen on somebody's nose,
Lady's
a butt,
butt.
and two little legs that came off the nostrils. And it was, you flip your nose up and down. And
You can make the lady's butt jiggle.
yeah, and he
jiggle.
goes, work, 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 work,
Yeah.
work. Let me hear you now. Work,
And that's,
work,
I drew
work,
it on
work,
Brian,
work.
and every time I look at his
We
nose,
did that.
that's all I can see.
We both did it
It's
to each other.
ruined your nose for me. I can't look at your nose without
I have a good
seeing
nose.
it.
I have a big
and
butt.
sometimes I look at Emmy's nose and I'm like, you would have a good butt
Yep.
on your nose.
So when we're looking at you and making eye contact, we're probably both
That vine ruined me. Oh,
thinking
no.
work, 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 work with Rihanna, right?
Yes.
Okay, so thank you for that. That's really good to know. This is what we did for fun when we were broke.
I didn't know. I don't even know if we had internet.
Now
at
we're
that
like,
point.
hey, let's go to Big Sky, Montana. But back then didn't have anything. Back then they didn't want us. Now we're hot. They all like
This episode-
listen. Together in Trades was super
Yes.
awesome. A lot of fun, a lot of
Super
logistics. You,
It was honestly
Brittany,
the
and
best one
Bethany.
that we had
We should both
had.
talk at the same time.
No. I just want to break it down for people because I know we're not trying to sell it. Obviously, the event already happened.
Yeah.
But it was so good because I just want to talk about it because I'm proud of it. We split the conference into 2 days. So there was 2 morning sessions.
That was really cool.
We had a meetup the night before. Friday night we had a game that
Yeah, the
everybody
poker
played
run.
on site together, a poker run, and then
Which nobody had really done.
no,
like,
I
2
asked
people.
if I was like, has anybody ever heard of this before?
And we
they're
did it
like,
until
"No."
like 3 weeks before.
Yeah.
Because we learned it up north.
It was so fun. And then the next morning we had the last session, and then people stuck around for a few days. Like we were a week later still getting messages of people like, finally home because they made
Yeah.
it into like this giant road trip, which looks so cool.
Or stayed an extra day or 2 and flew
yeah,
home. But
it was really, really,
almost-
really cool.
almost everybody did either a fly fishing, a horseback ride,
A lot
a
of
hike,
four-wheeler, side-by-side.
four-wheeling, a lot of side-by-side riding, which is really awesome. The Strunks, Kendalls, Max, like there's so many people rode side-by-sides. I was like, oh, I didn't know you could do
I know,
that.
that was like,
Like
yeah.
$300 and you could rent a
Watching your
side-by-side.
face every time somebody told you that's what they were doing, I was like,
Well, I really want to get
Brian really, really, really wanted to do that.
I really want to get a side-by-side for like 20 G's right now, and it's just not going to happen. I bought we're putting a chunk down, possibly paying cash for a new F350, so there goes 50 grand, which is great. I'm like, I could buy 2 side-by-sides. This is so stupid. But hey, you work stuff first, then you get to play later. So I'm like, all right, let's make an investment into the truck. And we need to grow. We're getting a lot more into snow, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, I want to get a side-by-side next year, done deal though, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, you sure?
Yeah, let's set a goal.
Let's set a goal. What's the goal?
I don't know. We need to talk about it.
Was it a money goal?
Yep.
We have the money.
No. Like a money and business goal. Like let's first know. Let's set it. Let's do that.
Okay, we'll contemplate it and get it there. We good?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Grandma's peeking in the door. I'm like, she's behind me. I don't know. Is everything okay? So Together Trades was awesome. Great time. It was ending on a high note.
It ended on such a high.
And
to
then-
immediately such a low.
To immediately like so mad at life because what happened was we had an Uber or not an Uber, what's it called? Turo.
Yes.
You want to start there? So
I
okay,
forgot even
so,
about that still.
So really quick, that morning and the night before, we went up the mountains on the ski lift things, which was so cool.
It was the most. We've been in the
Breathtakingly
mountains
beautiful.
before in Utah.
Yeah.
But everything's covered in snow.
Yeah.
So we'd never seen the mountains in summer.
Yeah, it was so beautiful.
Yeah.
Seeing the sky.
Except Brian
mountains.
on the way up on the first chairlift, I didn't expect it because I'm afraid of heights and I own it. I don't like
I freaked
heights.
out.
I look over at Brian and he's just dropping F-bomb after F-bomb after F-bomb. He's like, don't look at me. Don't breathe. Like
You're
not
40 feet up
good.
in a ski lift. If you don't know, you don't know. We don't do that in Michigan. Like I was like, you're out of your freaking mind.
I just didn't expect you to freak out like that. And so we get off at the top and he's like, I don't want to go back down. I'm like,
No.
Brian, you have to go back. Our kids are down there.
I will walk.
We have to go back down.
I will walk. They can hurl me down. I will claw a bear to death. I mean, he'll probably.
You're also, I think, wearing flip-flops.
I was like, that is a horrible life choice. And by the way, these ski lifts are 8 people
6
wide.
to 8.
Yeah, like lifts. And some people don't even put the bar down.
We were seeing, so there are a lot of mountain bikers, obviously, in the summer. And like, I would say a good 50% of them didn't put the bar down. And if you've ever been on a ski lift, like it's a
no
long way
local
down.
person put the bar down.
And if you, like, if they hit the emergency stop, you fly off that sucker.
Dude, folks, there's no way we could have the time right now. I could spend a whole episode
Just on that.
talking how insane some
Yeah.
people are. I took a ride up on one of the mountain lifts with
The
Caleb
boys the next day.
and Jeremiah. and they both tried to push the bar thing up. While I was putting it down, I was literally spider monkey to this bar to pull it down. I don't have no shade.
I wish you guys went in front of us so we could have watched
You
this
could
happen.
call me a girl.
The girls
I don't
took one
care.
lift, and so the next day on Sunday we're going home, and we wanted to go up one last lift because we hadn't done that one yet. It was the one with a big sign for big sky and stuff,
Yeah.
and like supposedly like the best view. And so the girls took one up, and the guys took the other, and Brian did not have a nice ride up.
So I jumped on that thing and I pulled that bar all the way down till it clicked. I was wrenching.
The girls
it.
are in front of him, just like, oh my gosh, listen to the birds.
Yeah.
Oh, do you hear this mountain stream? Like,
Caleb-
and you guys
Caleb-
are like, you're like fighting for your life.
Kayla and
back there.
Jeremiah are just they're roasting me. I'm like, I don't care at all what you guys say. Screw it, you. Like, I was jumping on this. It finally clicked down. But, dude, like, they got some solid triceps, bro. Like, they were pushing up. And I was like, I don't care. My soul, I was like a Wetzel's pretzel on this thing. I am not letting this cheer lift.
On the way back down, we divvied it up into who wanted the bar down and who wanted the bar up.
So we had to jump ship.
Both Almonds and Jeremiah went with the bar up. So God forbid something happened. Almond children, orphans.
They don't love their
Poor
children.
Jack doesn't have a daddy anymore.
Savannah's like, I'm going to talk to Jeremiah later. I was like, you should. That's psychopath. I said, the more money you make, the more that bar should be down. I'm like, everybody here should have that bar down, okay? Like, this is insane.
We were just up there, like, taking our grand old time, not really thinking about the fact that our Turo was due back. We were just thinking about when we had to get on the plane.
Right. So the Toro was due at that time.
Yeah.
So we're running down. So Big Sky, for a little context, is an hour and 10 minutes up the mountain from Bozeman. So, and that doesn't count for traffic or any, getting gas to fill up the tank before you turn in your Turo. So at noon, we're on the lift. I'm like, dude, the car is due now.
Like, the app started asking for, like, your turn-in information and stuff. And we're like, oh,
Yeah.
no.
And they'll give you, like, late fees and all that mess, hundreds of dollars if you don't bring it back.
My thing was, like, I obviously don't want to pay the late fees, but I also don't want to get kicked off the Turo app. Like, you get like a bad rating, and get like locked out or something.
Ask Almonds how that goes.
Yeah.
So we hightail it out of there. Us, your mom, Bethany, the whole deal.
Poor Bethany too. Like, she's very organized. She's very on top of things. And here we are, like,
she also doesn't travel as much as we do.
Hey, Bethany, jump in the car. Let's go.
We're zipping 100 miles an hour down the mountain, as you can imagine, which you can't. So we're going 40, just doing the deal. And then the guy texts me on the Turo, off the Turo app, like the actual owner of the car. He goes, hey, no big deal. It happens. I was like, hey, man, I'm sorry. We just lost track of time. And he goes, no problem. He goes, I do have it rented out that afternoon. Mm-hmm. Will you be back by the airport by like 2? I said, yes. He goes, if you can wash it and fuel it, obviously and make sure it's immaculate. That'd be really great. I don't have to like do an inspection and check it out. No problem. Find a car wash, kitty corner from the airport. 4 cars deep at these like self things.
It's the freaking longest car wash I've ever been in my entire life.
We go to the automated ones, the no touch ones, and 4 cars deep, 7 minutes a car. Our flight's at 3. It's like 2:15. We finally roll into the airport at like 2:30. Got to go through TSA. We got to check 6-7 bags. We got the scaffolding, the car seats, the luggage. The Jennings talked on the podcast episode about how much stuff they brought for one kid. It's no
insane.
joke. It's an army of stuff. I'm
finding like
insane.
the longer we've been parents, and now with the second kid, like we don't bring nearly as much as we used to.
But
you still have to bring certain things. Like the car seats are non-negotiable. Like you have to have so many diapers with you. Like there are certain things that you have to have.
Yeah,
we are pretty bare bones. Like I don't bring a whole lot of toys. Like I didn't bring a single toy for me.
No, we had still 6-7 suitcases.
And we still had so much stuff.
It was insane. Bethany's like, "Hey, I love you guys."
Well, I'm in the back with Bethany at the car wash, and she's like, you're handling this really well. Like, you don't seem phased. Or I forget what she said exactly. And I was like, oh, that's just because you're in the car.
If you weren't there, you can't come off a marriage conference yelling at your husband
losing my mind
in front of your employee.
And so she's like, would you mind? Would it be bad if, like, when we parked, if I just went? She's like, I don't have a check bag or anything. I'm like, no, get off the Titanic, Bethany. Because I thought for sure we were
this
missing
is your
flight.
lifeboat. She's on the same flight we are, actually.
So was Jeff Joyner.
Oh my God. And I'll get into the whole flight experience because this podcast is at 50 minutes already. Dude, there's so much. It's so stupid. So we get into the thing. Make the baggage claim thing by like 5 minutes to cut off. We elevated. You have to take elevators when you have strollers, so that adds 10 minutes. Things you never think about, but where's the elevator?
We're like going through TSA or getting into the line of TSA. I had to throw crew in the carrier, put my cover on top, and like literally nurse him through the TSA line to keep him happy because the poor
he went
kid,
nuclear.
Well, he was hungry and like you can't just
Dude, first
Kids can
off,
only move so fast.
everybody here knows I hate TSA.
This was not good.
Most useless organization in the world. As we're going through, they made us, we had 20 trays, 20 totes.
Everything.
Every single thing got
TSA
into a
lady
tote.
Took the pacifier out of my baby's mouth.
She took the pacifier out of our baby's mouth. She goes, that has to go through the scanner, those like tube ones.
It goes to the scanner and it flings off and lands on the floor.
Yeah, that's the only one we had. And if you're whether you're a crunchy mom or you're on baby number 6 and you just
even the crunchy moms are like, no, bro, that's the airport. No. That's nasty.
Yeah, so you're screwed. And as she plucked that out, I said, you guys are the most failing organization in the whole federal system.
At this point, I'm like, the plane is gone. Brian's gonna get arrested.
I said, you guys are 0 out of. I'm 3 feet.
No fly list.
I'm 3 feet away from her face on the other side of the conveyor. I said, you're the worst rated organization in the whole federal system. I said, you know this, right? She goes, we're not TSA. We're ASMR or QR3 people that are subcontracted by the TSA. And she goes, that's why we're more thorough. I go, congratulations, you are so stupid. You're the suckier organization of the suckiest organization.
Crew is like the happiest baby, but in this situation, because he got his pacifier taken away from him,
ripped out of his mouth,
screaming his head off, and I'm just staring at this lady eye to eye. She wouldn't make eye contact with me because she knew she was freaking wrong. How do you take a pacifier out of baby's mouth?
I wanted to kill her. I wanted to literally murder.
I could keep my Apple Watch on for reference. I kept my Apple Watch on, but you had to take my kid's rubber pacifier.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Anybody's ever seen the movie Demolition Man? It was an MDK. Okay. Anyways. It was murder, death, kill. Okay. So we get in there. We finally come up with Bethany at the gate. She goes, how's it going?
We're like sweating.
We're like, great, Bethany. And the plane's delayed by a half hour, which sounds great. No big deal.
Until our next connection.
So we're talking with joiners, debriefing from them. They're like, oh my God, your team is awesome. We love all the conference. We got so many one-on-one conversations with couples during the breaks because it was the half days.
Having it 2 days has been like general consensus, best thing.
And by the way, Trades 24, little teaser's going to be on a cruise. We'll have more to come. Maybe we'll do a podcast with the almonds, but it was such a great time. Well, that plane was delayed half hour. No big deal. Whatever. We're like, we get on the plane. Well, only to realize is good where we're going right down the story. Only to realize we land in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and we miss our connection because our connection was 40 minutes, and it's impossible to get from one side of the airport to the other in 10 minutes. With
Minneapolis is a big airport,
big enough airport,
and we had to wait. So I think because we gate checked our stroller.
And our
car seats because I don't trust them.
And those always come up last.
And so we're sitting there waiting for it. And I think if we didn't have that, we could have made it by like the skin on our teeth. And so while we're in the air, the flight attendants are letting us know, hey, go right to your gate.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, cool.
And usually they're pretty good about that.
And they're like, they know you're coming. They know that we have tight connections. Cool. Awesome. Because it wasn't our fault. It was the airline's fault. By the way. Yeah. They didn't say Bethany's either. And so we're like, okay, cool. So the ground crew knows that they have tight connections. Wouldn't you have waited? No, they sent the plane 4 minutes freaking early.
So we get to our gate. So we're sweating, folks. We're literally sweating. Like, no joke. We're sweating. Get to the gate. And this dude is like, no, your gate just left. And I'm like, what do you mean our plane just left at the gate? He goes, it left 4 minutes early today. Isn't that awesome? And I'm like,
no.
There's 5 of us at the gate and a pilot.
They left the pilot.
There's a pilot.
They pulled a pilot from another plane and left this one without even letting him know that.
I look at the pilot. I go, "Are you supposed to be on that?" He goes, "Apparently not."
Flying it.
He goes, "What? I'm supposed to be flying that."
If anybody works in the airlines, you can tell me what the hell happened.
What the hell is that?
Yeah.
And this guy's a little bit stockier, heavier set dude.
He's a big dude.
He's profusely sweating. He's like
he was big mad.
Clearly, just came. Oh, he was very mad. He just came. He's like because he probably just lost pay.
Well, that was the last flight to Detroit out of that airport.
Yes, for that
night.
Yeah. So
and then the next day, because
no, hold on. It doesn't stop there. Minneapolis needs to get thrown under the bus harder and Delta harder. There's no way. They suck so much. Folks, I'm just telling you, is it us? Like I think
everybody would agree with you that the airlines are extra special these days.
I hate them. They're so stupid and they suck so much at their jobs.
They do stuff. They basically steal from you. Like they put us on different flights, which like.
Well, time out. That we'll get to that because that was the next day. Well, no. So we go to the help desk. Actually, you reminded me. We go to the help desk. It's only 15 people deep.
We stood there for
2 hours.
2 hours.
And not only did we not finally get to a person, but for 2 hours later, a Paris flight got canceled or something like that.
The whole plane.
150 people behind us. I'm like, oh my God.
Thank God that we got in line when we did.
So this lady's like, hey, I can't get you out of here until tomorrow. I go.
It was tomorrow. I think we were leaving at like a 10 o'clock flight too.
10 p.m.
10 p.m.
And I was like, that's not working. I was like, I will rent a car and drive back. I was looking at private charters because I just will spend anything to get home. It was like $12,000. I'm like, damn it, I'm poor. I have a dream to like fly on a private jet and or just have an airplane to fly. And I just hate being inconvenienced because my life and my time is so valuable to me and my kids and my wife. And I'm like, dude, Liz, $12,000, I can just solve this problem. Please just let me buy it. Please. She's like, no, you're stupid. I'm like, yeah, that's stupid.
She did eventually get us on an earlier flight, which was cool.
She was nice, the gate agent lady.
Yeah, it wasn't her fault.
But who leaves early? Who leaves without a pilot? And who knows? Like, it's not like we weren't even checked in at the airport, and you knew our plane was delayed. And I'm not asking you to wait the plane for an hour.
The thing was, the guy was like, "Oh, I called you over the PA system." I'm like, first of all, I didn't hear you, and second of all, that doesn't do me any good if my legs only move so fast. And I'm dragging 2 kids.
That's not even a thing that happened. There's no way.
Yeah.
And you left without one of your pilots, that's more insane.
That's
I was like,
scary.
I'm like, I'm glad I'm actually not on that airplane.
Yeah.
You know, because God forbid somebody passes out.
Well, and then the airline, they're like, "Oh, we'll get you vouchers or whatever to a hotel, and we'll get you like food, whatever, blah 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 blah." The vouchers for the hotel, I'm looking at the app that they have you do it on or whatever, are across town. I have 2 kids. You have my car seat.
Yeah.
Because we gate checked one, and then we ended up just checking Emmy's because it was so freaking huge.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not taking my and the voucher they give you for transportation was a Lyft. No offense to Lyft, but like you're basically a freaking like DoorDash driver. Like I don't know. It's not like a shuttle.
No.
I'm not taking my kid in your car without a car seat.
They give us a hotel that's not in their network or attached to the airport. It's like 15 minutes away. And we have to take a Lyft. We have no car seats, like you just said. This is not like no problem. Here's like a $20 Taco Bell gift voucher. Like this is a real problem. It's now 8:30, 9 o'clock at night.
If it was just Brian and I, like we would have lived for this kind of an adventure. But like with kids and like
202
business,
and no diapers.
No. And that was the other thing.
No suitcases.
Shout out to Sydney. If you're listening, girl, I appreciate you. Sydney messages me on Instagram and is like, "Hey, I live an hour away. I have kids around your age. I can be there with new clothes and diapers if you need me." And I'm like, that's so nice, but I'm not gonna have you drive 2 hours round trip.
No, that was really kind because we were vlogging about how we had missed our flight, no fault of our own. And they're like, "Oh, here's some voucher to Taco Bell and an Uber drive Lyft." I was like, "You're out of your mind. It's 9 o'clock at night. I'm about to murder people. I went from wanting to kill people to definitely going to kill somebody." The only hotel that's available for us in our circumstance is attached to the hotel or to the airport. I'm sorry. It's an Intercontinental. Sure, nice hotel. Didn't want to stay there, but the lady's like, "We only have king rooms left." I go, "Why wouldn't you?"
And we have my mom with us. Yeah. So of course we had to get 2 rooms.
$600 later after taxes
for one freaking night.
For a night. $100 at the
breakfast.
No, the dinner. Even the dinner, because there's like a bar restaurant.
Breakfast was pretty good.
Breakfast was legit, but that was $100 I didn't need to spend at dinner or at breakfast.
Yeah.
Because there's only places there to eat, or airport food, and that's hit or miss. And I was like, dude, I just incurred another $800, folks. Look, we're not made of money. Like it's coming, it's going out. Like it's insane. I'm like, Liz, what would normal people do that make $35,000 a year? They'd be screwed. I would be nuclear on somebody right now. Like if I was a single mom.
We still, by the way, haven't gotten anything back from Delta. And then the next
5 days later, 6 days later, 2 weeks later now.
The flight we got put on. So we did do Comfort Plus because nursing babies
need some space.
We just need some space. We got put in the absolute back of the plane.
All 3 of us in main cabin in the back.
This woman stopped us at TSA the next day because they give you, your tickets are like interrupted travel tickets. Mm-hmm. And so I'm trying to go through TSA with these, and the guy's like, "I don't know about this. I have to check with my supervisor."
Yeah, we hold up TSA for 15 minutes.
So we're standing there, and this woman was so nice. She comes up and she looks me like in the eyes. When somebody looks, she looks you in the eyes, and she's like, "Are you okay? Do you need anything?" Tears.
You started crying.
I started crying. I could cry talking about it now. And then this lady on the plane who... We are all in the same row together. We're not bothering anybody. We're in the back. It was probably for the best. But the lady, like the next row over, kind of saw like our chaos happening. It honestly wasn't our worst flight, thank God. But there was a little bit of chaos. I have a 2-year-old and a 3-month-old. And she goes, at the end of the flight, we're getting off the plane. I'm like, "Oh, thank God we're home. We made it. This wasn't our worst flight." She looks at me and she's like, "What's the age difference between your 2 kids?" And I was like, "Oh, they're 20 months apart." And she goes, "Oh, mine were 3. You should have waited for 3. It would have been much easier on you." And walks away. And I was like, how can I have one lady who's a mom look me in the eyes and is like, "Are you okay?" And then I have another lady just
like, "You dumbass."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
I was
Do
like,
you know what I've been through these last 24
and then
hours?
I went,
if there wasn't airplane seats in between us, I probably would have launched at her.
I was like, that lady's going to get stabbed.
I don't think she knew what was going on.
No.
There's no way.
But that's, again, you never know what's going on in people's lives. So
don't be that person.
When you make bitter comments like that, like our neighbor that wanted to get rid of our opportunity to build our barn, I'm like, lady, you're going to be around here for like 7 to 10 more years, maybe. My barn's going to be around here for 75 years, and I'm going to be here for another 60 to 50, 80 of it myself. Okay, like
just don't be that person.
Don't be that person. Don't be a bitter old hag bag. Like Jesus, it's insane. So what?
I'm just going to continue on the story about how we did finally get home. Everybody had to wear their underwear inside out, which
that's disgusting.
Absolutely filthy. We didn't think about this when we were
not at home on the extra night because we had no luggage.
We didn't have any luggage or clothes,
and every shop was closed at 8:00 in the airport on a Sunday night.
Yeah. And so
so stupid, folks.
We didn't think about it, obviously the night before. We're trying to travel as light as possible. Once we have our check bag, our goal is to have as least amount of things as possible moving through the airport.
Yeah, we thought we were being efficient. We thought we were being better.
Never again. Everybody's getting an extra set of clothes because we didn't think about it being on top of the mountain on Sunday in those same clothes flying home that we've now been in for since Sunday morning.
Yeah.
On top of
sweating, car washes,
so gross.
Sitting in the car for 2 hours just basking.
Gross.
Literally ridiculous. So the amount of life, it's just wild.
And then poor Emmy is getting to the age where she realizes we're not home. And so she kept saying,
please?
Home, please, Teddy, apples, O's, car, bye-bye, now. We're like,
home, please?
Yeah.
And we're like, we're trying, kid. We suck because Delta sucks. And
it was sad.
The Minneapolis airport left us hanging. That was really great. By the way, if anybody knows anybody at Delta, tell them that somebody owes me $800 because it's been 2 weeks and I've filed 2 claim tickets on their website. Nothing. Shocker. You can't get a hold of anybody. Shocker.
Well, we're in the airport and they're like, no. You need to go to call this number. Call this number at the website. The lady's like, no, you got to go to this website. Go to the website. It's like, no, you have to go talk to somebody in person. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Then I talked to the person in person. They said, no, you got to go to the website.
Yeah.
I go, lady, I was at the gate. I go, lady, look at your website. It says right here and it circles back to the top. You're effing with me. And she goes, that's really peculiar. I go, don't you? She goes, here's a phone number. I go, don't you give me a phone number. Fix this. And she's like, I can't. I have to go to another gate. There's 150 people in Paris that missed their flight.
We were actually leaving.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna choke these people out. And it's funny. I get a complaint yesterday from one of our commercial sites that we sub out through another company that does an inspection. They we just had some weeds that we had to get rounded up and trimmed down in the cracks of the parking lot. Literally no big deal. We had it fixed in 2 hours. Mm-hmm. And I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, what if I just literally made the worst customer service business ever and ignored every customer complaint? And we would just soar. You would just soar to $1 billion status. Apparently,
and the government will fund you
or back you.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, it's literally the most ironic thing ever. So,
anyways, we did make it home.
All right, let's wrap it up.
But then we got sick.
Then I got sick because either from the conference or just meeting people or the stress probably. Because on Sunday we were at 0. Mm-hmm. On Monday morning, I wanted to kill so much. I was so bad. I just was so frustrated at how many people had failed in the last couple of hours. And I'm like, I'm so mad at how this is turning out. And also I'm not successful enough to fly my family home and actually be a winner, is what I felt like. And there's different levels to that. Whatever, folks. If you don't want to fly private, don't fly private. I don't care. Fly Spirit. Go hang out with the Jennings. That's fine. That's a joke. But I was like, man, it'd be cool to I told Liz, I said, Oakland County Airport's 30 minutes from our house. You take a truck there. You put all your stuff on the plane. You're airborne. You land. 3 hours there and back. It's not 2 hours there and back. It's not even a big deal. I said, or you go through TSA 2 hours early. That lady plucks the pacifier from your baby's, freaking mouth almost. Literally, I'm yelling at her. Every single thing we had got pulled out of every bag that we did have. We had 20 of those totes. And 20.
Nothing could be on top of, which was weird because normally you can put all of your shoes in a tote. No, nothing could be on top of anything else.
It was
not
insane.
just electronics, which I understand.
It was
weird.
Like,
it was just weird. I think she was just giving us a hard time.
Yeah, in Bozeman, what's going on over there?
The only thing I could think of is people go there to hunt, and so there's a lot of guns
or knives. Maybe I don't know.
Anyways.
Anyway, we get back. I'm sick for the last 4 or 5 days. Emmy gets sick. Crew gets sick. You get sick, but before we did all that,
I decided to start 75.
Yeah. How's it going?
If you don't know what 75 Hard is, it's a mental toughness program, not necessarily a fitness program, by Andy Frisella. And for 75 days straight, you do not have any cheat meals. You stick to a certain diet. You can pick whatever diet you want within reason. It has to be clean eating. You can't decide, I'm going to have a diet of donuts, obviously. You work out twice a day for 45 minutes. You read 10 minutes a day or 10 pages. I read way more than that. Take a progress photo and then drink a gallon of water. And because we don't have enough going on, I thought that sounded like a really good idea. Honestly, I thought we could use the discipline because coming out of that, everything being so crazy, we needed a reset. And I also needed to do something for myself. You know, I've had 2 kids in less than 2 years. Like I just needed to do something.
Yeah, a physical kick in the butt. And I'm on day 2. You're on day 7 or 8 or whatever it is. Well, when this comes out on Friday.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's on day 2. And then you'll be on day 7 or 8?
No.
Yeah.
7 was on Thursday, so 6. Is this coming out tomorrow?
Yeah, this will be a Friday show.
So that'll be 8. Day 8.
So I just said
No,
that.
9. Today's day 8.
Okay. Do you want to just run the show then?
I'm not a mathematician.
Clearly. But, okay. I'm like, this is day 2. This will be day 8.
Is that literally what you said?
Yeah, dude. It's okay. But you're so quick to attack. You're like, ah!
I'm still sick.
I know. We're sick. And it's
I've had to walk in the rain 3 nights in a row.
Dude, we had thunderstorms roll through like nobody's business. Really bad thunderstorms.
So one of your workouts can be a walk. It has to be intentional. You have to get your heart rate up. And we're out there walking with the kids every night. And then last night it starts to like thunderstorm and there's thunder and lightning and we're carrying an umbrella. And so I was like, Brian, we can't have the kids.
I wasn't starting that day.
I was
like, I'm peeling off.
Yeah. And so he took the kids inside and I continued my walk with the umbrella. And then he calls me because he heard thunder and lightning. And he's like, Liz.
You're carrying a lightning rod.
I was like, I know.
You die. I'm going to miss you.
But I also can't quit something. That's like, you know how people are like, oh, my wife's beige flag or my husband. Have you seen this?
I think once or twice.
It's like instead of a red flag, it's like a beige flag. Like, it's not necessarily something like bad, but it's also not like great, I guess. You know, like it's like a beige flag. Is like, I can't quit something once I start it.
Okay.
I have a highly addictive personality and I also really don't like to lose. So like, I will kill myself. I will run myself into the ground doing 75 hard before I will admit defeat. Like I can't. So I'm out there wandering around in a thunderstorm.
It was lightning. I called you. I was like, that was a big lightning bolt that literally shocked like
and Brian
down the
knows
road.
this. So he's like, I just want to make sure you're alive.
I wasn't expecting you to come in. I was just saying you might die. And I'm going to get $1 million and pay off the house. Like, that's fine. Like, that's how
It's just what it is.
Go get him, Tiger. I was like, okay. So that was exciting. And then that's kind of the end cap. Like,
well, no, now we have to pack up this entire freaking house in the next 60 days.
Well, yeah, if you guys want, stay tuned to Instagram, probably real time today, literally as real as it can get, because we're buying a camper. It's a 37 MBR Alliance Avenue fifth wheel. Super excited about it. It's kind of crazy how it all came together because we're about to buy a camper from a place over here in Michigan, and I call up JD with Big Truck, Big RV. A lot of you guys have heard of JD, watch his YouTube channel. He's been on my YouTube channel.
We met him years ago when we snuck into the Detroit Auto Show at Media.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys, if you've been around that long, and you remember that.
He's got a huge, one of the largest camper RV shows, our YouTube channels, and so I called him. I said, "Hey, is this a good camper to buy?" He goes, "Actually, no.
Absolutely not. No, he told you absolutely not. If you buy this, I cannot be your friend anymore." And we're like, "Well, crap. Okay, what do we do?"
Well, it had a rack and pinions. No, it didn't have a rack and pinion. I don't know. It had like
the slides weren't good, and then the
laminated walls. It didn't have it. It was not the right quality of camper that we're looking to for full-time rated living. So he's like, "Don't buy that one." He goes, "Actually, this is the brand that you want." Like it was a mid bunk and all this other stuff that we were shopping for. Low key, I've actually been a big camping person for like.
Brian's always wanted an RV.
I've always wanted a fifth wheel,
trailer, whatever it's called. I still don't understand.
Yeah, I've always wanted a fifth wheel. I've always wanted. We were gonna, and the idea was if we have the rent here for the next year and we're paying $20-30 grand a year in rent, I said, why don't we just throw that in a camper and live on site and actually watch the house get built? And the whole greater conversation is that the main artery highway, and I've complained about this recently, is
so bad.
Is 96. From where our property is to where we live right now, I can't even get over there.
It should take 20 to 30 minutes.
20 minutes.
It takes an hour
at least
a good day.
At least any time of the day from 8 to 8, it's an hour because of the
all of our
construction.
friends live over there. Our church is over there. We're like, because we started building a life.
My employees live on over there.
Yeah.
They live on the other side. So to get to work every morning, it's 40 minutes.
It's a mess.
In a good day, it's 20 minutes. But every morning, it's 45 minutes in the morning for traffic, 45 minutes home.
So we're really eager to get out
on the
there.
property.
Yeah. And this just seemed like a really good solution. What we pay for in rent is absolutely insane. And it was going up again. And it's not necessarily that we like couldn't afford it. It's just like, it's kind of the straw that broke the camel's back. We're like, we're done. We're done.
Yeah.
And to be able to live on this, I was telling Brian, I was like, do you think it's going to ruin like the fact that, we're living on site already? Like when we go to move in the house, is it going to be as special as it would be, like moving out from here? And it might be a little different, but I don't think so.
I would not miss the next 10 months of memory making.
Yeah, to already get our kids on the property and like we can play in the snow and have bonfires in the winter.
Get a dirt bike for my neighbor and just make noise all day for him.
It's a whole thing. We'll obviously post videos about the barn getting built, but there's a giant lean-to happening that wasn't originally planned, and that's just specifically so I can sit on the lean and the porch lean, we call it the porch, and drink my morning cup of coffee staring right at the neighbors who hate the building. It's gonna be beautiful.
We have no idea what's coming. I'm gonna get a 8-foot tall Santa guy that's got the LED arm that waves and the Santa reindeer
we're
ensemble.
half joking, half real. We don't want to be bitter people, but
I'm not bitter. That's not being bitter. That's just me making sure that I spend $5,000 in Christmas decorations pointed at their house.
I had no idea that you were so holly jolly.
I'm not even kidding. They made me mad. It could have been so amicable.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't do anything wrong. I'm just like, dude, we're talking 1.5 feet, 2 feet. I'm like, who cares?
Well, it wasn't even about like asking for the variance. It was the fact that like they had already been making complaints before.
Anonymous complaints.
Yeah.
Anonymous complaints.
And the thing is, they all have our phone number.
The thing is, they all could have bought the land, Liz.
Oh, that was the other thing.
They're the ones that cut down my silt fence because the deer couldn't walk through and the birds had to walk through. I'm like, the deer with 4 feet tall legs and the birds that can fly? That's why you cut down my silt fence and cost me $600?
A few $100 replacing the silt fence.
$600.
They decided to cut
Not a few.
just because they felt like it.
$600. $600. I know you make $1,000 a day with your lawn care business and you're all excited about life and we're all like, all you guys out there. But it's like, dude, I'm still like,
$600 used to be rent for us.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
And
just because you can make it in a day doesn't mean I need to spend it in a day. Like, I'm not like just trying to ball till we're falling. Like, sure, when I want to spend money, I'm going to spend money. $12,000 to fly home, that's worth it for me. I want to get home in my bed. I want to take a shower in my shower. But $600 on a silt fence that somebody else cut down, that's my property because you don't like that the Sandhill Cranes had to walk over a 18-inch tall silt fence. It's absurd. I should send them an invoice, let alone not just burn down their home. Like, that's how it works. Don't touch my property. You have no right to say on my land what I can and cannot do. So that's why it's total warfare.
And now it's like a dominance issue.
Now, dude, we haven't even got started. I'm getting chickens, roosters, dirt bikes, four-wheeler. Everybody's all invited to the pool party. Chicken coop. I'm going to get bottle rockets for 4th of July. I'm going to have a Honda generator going to power the camper. Everything. They haven't seen nothing. I'm going to get a $30,000 sound system pointed at their backyard for my outdoor living space. I can't wait. I'm going to have so much lights. I'm going to make it look like, what's that movie with Hugh Jackman, The Greatest Showman? It's going to look like the Greatest Showman having out in our backyard every night.
You're terrible.
I'm going to have a petting zoo in the backyard. Horses, bring them. How many you got? Goats? Let's get 4 of them. I'm going to get the almonds offsprings of their goats. And we're going to, it's insane.
They're siblings. I don't think.
Well, that's it. Well, I don't know if that's how it works with goats, but probably not. I'm not kidding, dude. Like, and I talked about, you have to be a fighter on one of these podcast episodes about a month ago. Mm-hmm. And this is all the junk that we were pushing through. Nobody knows. Nobody cares. Everybody just demands content, on YouTube or on a podcast. And that's fine. You guys know what I'm saying. But it's like nobody cares that we're going through stuff. I said half the people are glad that you got problems. Half don't even care. And I don't care either that other people have stuff going on. I want to consume your podcast. I don't care if you have problems either. Put out a show. Entertain me, dang it. But it's like, dude, we're real people too. We got life just like you guys do. And, I don't want people to think like that we're just invincible, like, or that we're not subject to lowlights, of our life or our company or our people or us. Or like we're infallible, like we have fights. It's been a stressful 4 weeks. And then we go to a conference, put on a smiley face, have a good marriage, come out of it, not try to kill somebody at the airport. That was testy. And we went nuclear on our first flight out of
our first flight
Bozeman. And I'm like,
horrible.
My new employee is a seat and 3 to the left of me, behind me. And Jeff Jordan is 4 or 5 rows behind me. Like, this is my guy. And I'm like, my kid is psychopathic nuclear on the airplane. It was like, even the attendant lady was like playing with Emmy just to calm her down.
It was not great.
I was like, this is so embarrassing. And it's like, it's just life. But you just keep on keeping on, just keep progressing. It's life. And so many guys that are older shoot me DMs and emails all the time. Hey dude, hang in there. It's worth it. Heard you complaining about this. Here's a tip. I always appreciate that stuff. Like, I'm not top down or have it all figured out, so it is kind of funny that way.
I so badly just want to go on a side tangent about how kids have a right to live in society too after that lady.
Oh yeah, I know.
Like,
the looks that we get from when we bring our kids to the airports for all this like no kids or no kids by choice. Y'all can go to hell. Like, screw you people. Just say you're ugly and you can't mate. That's fine too.
Some people don't want kids and that's fine.
But the people that are vocal about it is who I'm talking about.
Yeah, or like
if you don't want to have kids, that's fine.
Children,
the hating kids thing.
Yeah,
I'm not talking about people that choose not. My aunt and uncle chose not to have kids. I love them. They're my favorite aunt and uncle. They got all the power toys and all the power boats, and they're amazing. That's a totally different thing. I'm saying the people that are mean.
Then they're mean about it.
That are people that
the kids have a right to live in society. If you want to travel with your kids, don't let the mean looks of strangers.
No, if you're breastfeeding in public, God bless you. More power to you. Mm-hmm. If you have a crying baby in public, go encourage that person like that lady did when we were stuck. We were held up at the front of the TSA line for.
Which isn't like embarrassing.
7 minutes.
You didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah.
We're like in purgatory. Like we're sneaking into the country.
That's why we never we'll never kick the babies out of an event, because if you kick the babies out of the event, you kick the moms out of the event. No. And I'm very passionate about this subject, and I'm not going to go off on this whole thing because...
No, that's the standard. That's the normal. Everything else is the experiment. We talk about this. And so if you guys come to LAL, if you have a wife, fiance, girlfriend, anybody, whatever, moms, that are nursing and all that other mess, we're going to have a nursing room / what'd you call it? Not a quiet room.
A cry room.
Cry room.
That's what they're called at church when like your kid's crying, but like you don't want to miss the sermon. So they have TVs and lounge chairs and stuff.
We're going to try to figure that out.
We're going to try and figure it out. We've never done it before. I'm sure Heather's a mom.
No shade on Equip, but they kicked all the kids out.
I wasn't going to go there.
Oh, I mean,
if you kick the kids out,
I love Equip.
You kick the moms out, because it's not that the kids are just getting kicked out. It's the moms who, like, if you're self-employed, it's just so
and
different.
As a husband, I'm not going if my wife's not going. We're a team. And Equip, I've talked to them at endless degrees. I know a lot of you guys are frustrated with that. I'm trying to work with them, all that, blah, blah, blah. Love the Equip people. They're amazing. Love them. Great. Chris Kaiser, the whole team, Evan, Chuck, they're all great. But I'm like, how can you not bring the kids? How can you not let the moms in? How can you not let breastfeeding babies under 2? Fine.
Like, I legitimately cannot leave crew.
No. I'm like,
I don't have a way to feed him.
I'm like, fine, 2 to 12, I get it. No problem. Shift gears. No big deal.
Yeah.
But the kids that are 2 and under, they're still feeding. Like, dude, you can't do that. Like, that's their only food source. And you can't not leave mom for, more than 45 minutes or an hour. So it's just, it's been a wild month. And since we actually got on here the podcast last time, and we always say it's been wild, but like,
it hasn't stopped. Like we started with, I don't think
the spring rush.
It's ever gonna end, because even when we go through fall, there's there's a whole lot of stuff happening in fall between, not even Equip and LAL, just business wise. Like our business is booming in the fall. That's another like spring rush. It's
business is booming,
and then the amount of snow that we've taken on, starting a new snow route basically with the new truck, like.
Another full-time guy, 2 full-time guys.
It's just never ending. So
Bronson's almost.
I guess this is being an adult, right?
Yeah, Bronson's like a part-time guy. He's still raking in 30 hours a week. I'm like, well, you're almost full-time, dude. Business is booming. Life is booming. Life is getting big. It's getting bigger every day. Every hater reminds me how small my life is. That's fine. That's cool. But our life is getting bigger every day, and I'm grateful for it. I love it. It's a fun fight. There's good days. There's bad days. Just to kind of wrap that whole thought up, but. How long are we, dude?
An hour 20.
Yeah, just hearing everybody complain about how crazy our life is the last 4 weeks. Yeah.
The crazy part to me is that we could still keep going on a lot of different topics.
This is nothing, bro. We have so much more. And it's just like, when you're doing big things in life, you guys can expect this stuff to happen in your life too. And some people are like, well, I want to just, mow grass. Like Corey Ballard says, I just want to mow grass and put the headphones on.
No. So that was the thing in Montana, that we kept seeing van life people. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
And you're like,
we'll button up with that.
You're like, look at these hippies, because they literally live in the van with their dog and they run around and do maintenance service. It's what it said on their van. And I'm like,
they'll do anything service.
Yeah,
basically. They'll take your garbage to the corner for $20.
But and it says it all listed on their van, which it was interesting.
And handwritten vinyl.
And at first we were kind of like, that's really odd. And then in the same breath, I was like, Brian, they're probably so relaxed. They were sitting under a tree on a little Afghan. Yeah, enjoying a picnic.
With their little Yorkie, teacup Yorkie.
this is when we first got in from Bozeman and we're like sweating, making it through the airport with 2 kids. Like it was just, I was a little envious in the moment. It would be nice to be a van person.
The hustle and the dream. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Yes.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, because it's nice to know like if you're.
I like a good fight.
Yeah, that also, and if you get a flat tire, you also don't like lose your home. Because it's one and the same.
It's nice for you to say we're about to move into an RV, buddy.
Hey, Josh Sutton.
Yes.
I don't know if he just formally invited me.
He's doing 75 hard too.
So many people are. The Savannahs, the Jennings, Jeremiah and Savannah have whatever. They've
inspired a lot of people.
They've inspired a lot of people with their what did Paul title the podcast episode? From Fat to Fit. Jeremiah's like, you couldn't have came up with anything else, but whatever. But I know there's like another like 10 people now doing 75 hard. But Josh Sutton has a I don't know if it's the Bro Life breakfast. I think that might be something different where all the hardscaper guys, they're all manly men and big fat sausage finger guys, so they like lay brick pavers all day. But I think they have a breakfast at Equip Thursday morning. I don't know what it is. Don't quote me. But long story short, the Suttons brought their camper and they tailgated at Equip. So we're bringing our camper down.
Are we being brought into the fold?
Yes.
Oh,
he's
nice.
He's like, hey man, you can. I love his voice. I
can't
can't
like hang with them, like pretend to be hardscapers.
His voice is so cool. It's the fun. I don't know anybody that's got a voice like Josh. Hey, how you doing? Good. Like it's the cool. It's the.
You aren't sounding very cool right now.
It's the most. He's like the funniest voice ever. I don't know. I love Josh's voice. It's like the nasal voice.
That's so nice.
But he's like, hey, you guys can come and do the camper meetup with us, and we'll tailgate. The synced up crew is going to be there, and we had like breakfast and.
Yeah, that if you are looking for a solution, like say your wife wants to go, but she's like breastfeeding too, and you don't know what to do with the kids.
Yeah.
We're bringing our RV. There's RV parking on site at Equip, and my idea is to be able to be in Equip when I need to for booth takeovers and stuff like that, and then obviously just be able to run out and go nurse when I need to because my mom will be in the RV with the kids.
Yeah. So if you see us, be kind because we're probably stressed out.
Probably a little stressed out
from shuttle running laps. But hopefully the Sutton crew and everybody else that's the camper people invite us in with open arms because we'll bring our camper.
So nice.
We'll be like
the sunscreen on our nose.
Yeah, big floppy hat. Like, hey neighbor, So I'm really excited about that. We got to get like a little mat out front, Yeah.
I am really nervous about towing this fifth wheel all the way to Equip though.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We've never owned anything like this before in our life. I got a 16-foot enclosed trailer, but this thing is 3 times the size.
Also, Brian's bringing this RV home tomorrow. You guys, we don't have anywhere to put it.
Nope. By the time you listen to this, we've better solve that because it might literally be hooked up to my thing, like in the
driveway.
back.
It won't fit in this driveway. It will not fit in this driveway.
I'll park it at the clubhouse.
Love that.
I don't have an idea. I have land.
Brian, we can't get kicked out of here. We're homeless. Remember?
Not technically. We can be nomads. The gray nomads.
The gray nomads from Bluey.
From Bluey. All right. That's all I got. Just to get it out. Welcome to the Fullerton life. It's crazy. We're literally homeless for around 60 days.
I told you we're going to go join the carnival.
Yeah, when we'll be living in the barn. That should be starting any minute now. I pray to God everything goes good. If not, we are really screwed.
We're really
We may be living in Florida in our camper and having the guys take all the trucks out and they can go plow while I go.
That actually was a solution that we like briefly discussed was that Brian could just fly home.
I would just fly home. It's a $200 flight to Detroit. Yeah.
Especially if you don't have to bring anything with you.
3 inches or less, the guys can take care of it. If it's a good storm, I'll fly home.
Yeah.
Who cares? I mean, it's not that big of a deal. It's $250 to fly home.
Florida campsites in the winter are very in demand, though, I've learned. So,
I mean, Florida's a great place to go in the winter. So, no comment. But a lot of elderly people go there, obviously. So, and they got their trailers and they're ready to go.
No, it is. I've joined all these RV groups and they talk about how hard it is to get a spot in Florida in the winter.
Yeah. Hey, look, as long as it's not a pineapple on the front screen door, we're good to go, right?
That's apparently huge in RV.
I know, but we're not that life. On about that life. All right. That's what I got. Anything else you want? What's your watch say right there?
It's time to stand up.
Oh, it's time to stand up. Why does it say that?
Because I have a goal of standing up like a certain amount of times a day.
You don't stand up enough times a day?
No, it's like a goal your Apple Watch sets for you. You don't have an Apple Watch. You don't know.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's always telling me to stand up.
What else does it tell you to do?
Walk.
Does it say to breathe?
Sometimes it tells me to breathe. Yes, actually, and meditate.
Are you serious right now?
Yes, I'm dead serious.
You ever seen the movie Idiocracy?
And sometimes I get so stressed out and like my heart gets going up. It's like, are you exercising? I'm like, no, I'm just, my kid's been crying at me for the last 2 hours.
No, my plane was canceled at Delta. Mine was telling me to breathe. Mine was telling me a sad face. Calm down. I get so intense. I'm like, why?
But that's how I close my rings. It's a certain amount of exercise, a certain amount of like standing per day, and then a certain amount of calories burned. And close your rings.
How are you liking 75 hard?
I freaking thrive on this. It's chaos, but I love it. I freaking love it.
Dude, and you know what's funny? Like, our life is chaos like this, but everybody listening in, their life is the exact same way. They're like, oh, like, my one kid got chicken pox. My other girl got, in a fist fighting kindergarten. My wife,
Yeah, but yours are one of two people. Like, I was thinking about this, like, when we were doing our trade stocks. We're talking about a war chest and how we feel like we are at war currently, basically.
Yeah.
I thoroughly love our life. As chaotic as it is, we aren't where we need to be. We aren't where we're still not doing things that we know we need
physically?
to do.
No, I'm just kidding.
But I love our life, and I wouldn't change a thing.
Half of this is your idea.
I know.
Okay, like the camp. I was like, hey, want to live in a camper? You're like, actually, yes.
Yeah,
and
don't have me with a good time.
I was like, dude, are you for real?
I love an adventure, man.
We met a couple people. We were joking earlier, like full-time camping people at trades.
Yeah, there was a couple at trades with a girl. They had a daughter, the same age as crew. Mm-hmm. And they live in a camper. Mm-hmm. They're doing fine.
Yeah, a lot of you guys live in campers. I would never would have thought. It's a whole new show. I do have some great things to share about the camper. I'm excited about it. We've been eyeballing this thing for 3 months. Like the style for 2 years.
Every time we go up north on the way home on 75, it is a thoroughfare for campers because it's what you do in Michigan.
Our major highway
Brian's
to go up north.
Oh man, that's a whatever blah 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 toy hauler, and it's probably it's got this sticker on it. That means they have a 4-wheeler in the back, and like geeks out over it. And I'm like, didn't you grow up in a trailer? Aren't you sick of it?
No, well the old one, yeah, but like I didn't have a choice. This thing is like you go in and you come out. My other one, I lived there.
I lived there.
I lived in it, but in Michigan, camping is like what you do. It's
religion.
Just it's what you. It is. It's like
we did camping for a while, and then our tent flooded, and we never went again.
Yeah, it's we've always liked to camp, even when we were broke as a young couple. But
if you're at trades in Nashville, we really like to camp.
Well, yeah, there's activities at the campsite that you can do.
Not pineapple activities though.
No. So the camping is a big thing in Michigan, and I've always wanted a camper, bro. And actually, where it really started was probably just around COVID time because JD invited me to Terrytown. Remember on the west side of the state, the indoor camper place? It's like a 40,000 square foot warehouse, all indoors of campers. He was filming some sponsored content for them for his YouTube channel. Invited to come on in, and I got to hang out with him. And I did that thumbnail and a little collab with him really quick, and backed up Thunda to just a bumper pole camper. And that video got like 15,000 views. And people were like, I titled the camper like "New Purchase. Should we do it?" Something clickbaity. And dude, there's a couple hundred comments of people, you guys, listening to the show right now that were into camping. Like, it seems
if you are into camping and you want some like full-time RV content, it'll all be on the second channel.
Yeah, building it together. So
we have to learn everything. Like I'm learning about freaking black tank water
filters, power,
and gray water,
inverters,
and air conditioners,
pole right hitches,
and like slide issues and like how to fix
tons of stuff coming down the pike.
Thank God I have a very Midwestern strong family who can like show us.
Yeah, and one of my guys, Mark, his family has had fifth wheels since he was like 2 years old. He said Mark's like, my dad's had 5 of them, and Mark knows how to do all of it. So I'm really excited about that. So you can help us set it up. But yeah, check out that on our second YouTube channel, Building It Together. It's got 10,000 subs, by the way, and it's growing like crazy. It's awesome. It's starting to grow.
We're getting into more of a routine, so hopefully we can start posting on there.
Yeah, we'll be posting. Oh, I've been posting. You've been posting.
I haven't been in one in the last couple though.
No, it's been hard to get over there with. They've been house vlogs, but once we're living in the camper and the barn, I'm gonna showcase and highlight that on both channels, all that mess. So a lot of growing things, folks. A lot of moving things, a lot of moving parts. As always, thank you guys for listening, supporting, and whatever anything we can help you guys with as well in your guys' adventures. Let us know and. Hey, if you're going to live full time in a camper too, let us know. We'll give you a high five on the highways and byways. But we're definitely bringing this thing to Equip. It's going to be good. We can bring it to LAL. Camp out front.
No.
Yeah, why not?
We live 5 minutes away.
We don't in October.
Oh, God.
That's what I'm saying.
It'll be November, though. It's too cold to be out of the barn in an RV. In Michigan.
Out of your barn. Like that statement.
Our kids are not only going to be able to say that they like are trailer trash, but they're also going to be able to say that they were raised in a barn.
What are you raised in a barn? Kinda.
Yeah, I mean.
Wow, for about a year
all
almost.
All of Crew's first, first steps, all of it is happening in the barn.
They'll have a big space to ride their bikes, though, through winter.
Yeah.
In the barn, because all the concrete.
I'm going to blow up Emmy's bounce house.
Yeah. We get a hot tub in there.
I'm not putting a hot tub in the barn.
Why? Then we can put it on the back patio. I just had that thought. That'd be genius. $6,000 for a hot tub, like a nice one. You're thinking about it.
No.
You're not saying no.
I'm saying no.
No, you can't say no. There's no no's. It's just not nows, but maybe laters. That's the title of the podcast.
Okay.
All right, we got to get moving because we still got another workout to do for 75 Hard.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yep.
All right, cool. Well, thanks for joining on Delta sucks and the Minneapolis airport sucks. Just so we're all clear. And TSA sucks still. Shocker.
TSA is terrible. Well, she said she wasn't TSA. She was some other...
ASMA, whatever. I was like, I don't care who you are, lady.
Yeah, TCH.
Oh, yeah. You ain't got no alibi. You ugly. All right. That's what we got for today's show. Appreciate you guys listening in. And look forward to catching up with you guys. The Teenager Tour is actually crushing it right now with views and downloads. So thank you guys for listening to those. Those are on Mondays. That's our hot new take until the fall tour, which is going to be more snow shop tours. So really excited about that. All right. That's what we got. Appreciate you guys listening in. Happy Friday. Hope you guys have a smooth weekend and hope the heat breaks for all of you guys. I know it's going to be breaking this weekend for us. It's been 90s. It's been really, really hot and brutal. Some of these guys listening, they're like, it's like 108. I was getting some DMs earlier. I'm like, that's hot.
That's the thing is like Jeremiah and Savannah had to do one workout outside. They live in Alabama. It's been very hot.
Yeah. And they have
That
spiders
sucks.
and snakes.
Yeah, I would not. I would
Scorpions.
live inside. There's no freaking way.
Yeah, and alligators and stuff like that.
No.
Yeah, I would not do that. And Savannah works 12s. She's a nurse. she reminds us all the time. Like, we get it. You're smart. All right. That's all I got. You good?
Yep.
All right, cool. Guys, have a great rest of the day. Have a great weekend. Thanks for listening to us let us complain. Oh, la, 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 bamba.
The longer the episodes go,
That's where we get
the
loopy.
worse they get. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we should start cutting them off.
At like 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had that for his ad break. Let's get into Mr. Producer. He's like, where's the rest of it? Don't worry about it.
It's gone.
All right, can you hit the record button?
Nope. I'm holding the sleeping babe.
Jeremiah and Savannah like have fist fights because like he'll like make a dig and then she gets back at him and then she's like, I'm gonna end the show, and then they like start wrestling. Have you heard this?
You act like I listen to their shows. I've never heard half of what you're talking about.
They
though.
wrestle. I do. It's like every other third show they start wrestling, and he holds the mixer so she can't hit the button, and he'll mute her mic, and he just starts ragging on her, and she's like,
I've never heard this.
Dude, for real. You hear in the back, give me the microphone.
I've been listening to a parenting podcast recently because our 2-year-old is
A 2-year-old?
one of us is gonna make it. I don't know which one it's gonna be. But
Well, you can always have more.
that's the one thing I didn't expect.
Dude, we ended the show.
Last thing.
Who has 4
The
episode
one thing
ads?
I didn't expect
Yep.
when having 2 under 2 was that it wasn't going to be the newborn that was going to be hard. Mm-hmm. Nobody told me this. Also, nobody explained
My not
this
care face.
to me.
Yep.
Stop drinking my water. I'm going to
Well,
have to fill it back up.
trying to help you get to a gallon. Yeah,
no,
I'm
that
getting
doesn't
my
count.
gallon
I
in.
will not cheat.
You're not cheating. That's part of mine. Listen, go ahead. Hurry up.
I don't remember what I was going to say. Just end the show.
Having 202. The problem is that you guys are both crazy, and you need to make sure that you win. You're not going to beat a 2-year-old.
I don't want to win.
What is it then?
I just don't want to die.
Right. So you're going to have to let the 2-year-old win because it's a
She's
2-year-old.
going to be 2 on Wednesday.
I know. We got her a bike for her birthday. It's going to be really cool. We need to buy her a side-by-side.
She's 2.
Hey, look, man. I mean,
She
so
can't
what?
even reach the pedals of that ride-on lawnmower
They can. I
thing.
screwed it in.
She can reach the pedals?
No, but I screwed the safety in.
Perfect.
I bypassed the safety.
Jesus.
Where? Well, okay. All right, guys. Thanks for listening in to this episode of the Friday special spectacular. What should we title it?
Shit show.
The shit show. All right, guys.
Go ask ChatGPT.
ChatGPT title this. If it's a fancy sounding title, just so you guys know, I probably punched in the ChatGPT. I'm gonna have it use it. It's like, it's always like something fun. It's like the adventurous outtakes of the Fullerton Unfiltered lifestyle in America, and it's like
in America.
Yeah, it's like this is just like the S Show episode. All right, we're keeping the standard high. Still top 100 because of you guys. All right, over and out. You guys have a beautiful day, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Bye.
All right, bye.
Start planning today to celebrate the 40th Equip Exposition Trade Show this October 17th through the 20th in Louisville, Kentucky. Expo is the best place for landscapers to find the latest equipment, tools, and technology to get more productive and efficient. And then you can go into our 30-acre demo yard and test the products for yourself. Explore new business opportunities in one of our 50-plus education sessions and learn firsthand from experts in landscaping, hardscaping, irrigation, pool installation, tree care, and outdoor lighting. And don't miss the new Thursday night arena concert with Third Eye Blind and Dylan Scott. Also, there's our UTV test track and our main stage events with top-notch speakers like Brian Fullerton, all for just $25 per person if you register during our early bird sale. And you can even save 50% off that price with the coupon code BRIAN.
Thanks for taking the time to listen to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast with Brian Fullerton. We hope you enjoyed this production. If so, please consider leaving us a 5-star review for the show. While the techniques and ideas presented here are designed to help you grow a more successful and profitable business, no one can guarantee these results for you. We want to emphasize that entrepreneurship is not easy, and the ideas presented here are just the opinions of Brian Fullerton and his respective guests. No one can guarantee success for you. That being said, we hope the ideas presented here help you and motivate you to go on out there and crush it with your own business.
Fullerton Unfiltered Podcast.
Thanks for listening, and we hope to see you on the next episode.
This has been a Brian Fullerton and Mr. Producer production.